This program brought to you by Todd's Hi-Fi, celebrating 7 new demonstration rooms with their huge home theatre sale.
Hello and welcome to Extra as we head into the weekend. Coming up on the program tonight, One Nation looking for a new direction. Also an amazing warning about redback spiders from a woman bitten 8 times. We have a relaxed weekend outing where you can fill up on cheap prawns and fish. And an added dent for bargain hunters who bought cheap hail-damaged cars.
Someone might say to you it's only $2,000 worth of hail. When you get the real quote, it's about $4,500, $5,000.
First tonight, does One Nation have a future? The 10 Queensland members of Parliament today threatened to quit unless they got a share of the power. And with 3 members having already resigned, Rowan Wen's been gauging reaction.
They had promised to battle for the battlers, but now it seems it's a battle to keep their party together, as commentators and common folk alike predict the decimation of One Nation.
Allegedly new car repaired.
Dana Sanders there, and incredible waits for hail-damage repairs. You're watching Extra, still to come tonight, our worst redback plague in 15 years and where you should be checking around your home. And next up, we have a weekend outing for fish and prawn lovers.
Tonight on National 9 News with Bruce Paige and Heather Foord.
Pauline Hanson's One Nation in turmoil as 3 MPs quit. The death of Aboriginal elder Neville Bonner. Cars of the future unveiled at the Brisbane Motor Show.
Then on a current affair with Mike Munro.
Gotcha. Caught on camera. Selfish surfers risking their lives and others. Plus making your new clothes fit and sizes match. The fashion industry's shaping up.
Queensland's leading hour of news and current affairs from 6 o'clock on 9.
Michelle Cannon there, and keep the eyes open. Well, if you have an issue you'd like Extra to look into, maybe it's a wrong that needs righting or something in your neighbourhood that needs attention, you can call the Extra feedback line. It's a free call, 1800 151 070. Leave your name and number and an outline of the story and we'll get back to you in a couple of days. The number again, 1800 151 070. And we'll take a quick break on Extra, then a man who truly puts a bang into his work.
Coming up, a tumultuous day for One Nation. 3 members quit and others threaten to if Pauline Hanson doesn't stand down.
Also tributes for Neville Bonner after his long fight with cancer. Dramatic pictures as a hot air balloon goes astray.
And fantasy fashion causes a jam on the net.
With you shortly.
On a current affair, sick of new clothes never being the right size?
In Country Road I was a size 10 and in Sports Girl I was a 14.
Now those fitting room battles could end.
Retailers are out of touch.
Fashion houses forced to mend their ways. Plus sun, surf and stupidity.
Yeah, I hurt myself once before.
Selfish beachgoers gambling with their lives and risking others. And mutiny in the ranks. One Nation comes undone in Queensland. That's tonight with Mike Munro.
You're watching Extra. If you'd like any information on our stories tonight, you can call our toll-free Extra info line on 1800 816 999.
In the history of Christianity, few believers have the loyalty of our next subject. 77-year-old Arthur Bang has an association with one place of worship that verges on the obsessive. And as Doug Murray reports, with a name like Bang, he could not be better suited for his job.
In his role as the church verger, Arthur Bang must sport the trademark flowing robes. Duties involve making sure that services and weddings run smoothly. At least there'll be plenty of bangs on hand to help Grandad up the ladder.
Doug Murray there, and Arthur Bang, a man deserving of being in the Guinness Book of Records. Well, now to Monday on Extra, the child support agency under fire.
It's laughable. It really is laughable. I mean,
this dad won't pay a maintenance bill of $22,000 because he says he's been ignored. And our queen of herbal babies notching up another milestone for infertile couples. Those stories and lots more when Extra returns Monday at 5:30. National 9 News is next up, so until Monday, from everyone here at Extra, have a great weekend. Good night.
with Bruce Paige and Heather Foord. This is National 9 News.
Pauline Hanson's One Nation in turmoil. 3 Queensland MPs quit.
First Aboriginal Senator, Neville Bonner, dies at Ipswich.
Beaches battered as big surf pounds the Gold Coast. Good evening. Pauline Hanson's One Nation party in Queensland is in crisis. 3 MPs have resigned, including the deputy leader, in a row over party democracy. They'll stay in Parliament as independents. 2 more One Nation MPs are on the verge of quitting.
First, there were 11. Then Charles Rappold, who couldn't cope with the pressure, quit, leading to Labor being able to govern on its own. This week, the 10 remaining MPs drew up an ultimatum for the party's hierarchy. Pauline Hanson, David Oldfield and David Ettridge, calling for a democratic constitution.
Oldfield's first reaction was abusive. He branded the MPs idiots and asked if they'd all been on drugs. Not impressed, they all held...
All on board were shaken, but not hurt. In the news ahead, White House anger as the media turn on Chelsea Clinton.
And the cars for motoring's second century.
Welcome back. You're watching National 9 News. As expected, the International Olympic Committee has chosen compromise over drastic action on drugs in sport. Rather than a blanket 2-year ban on first-time offenders, the IOC summit in Switzerland has left the final say to the authorities governing each particular sport.
Tracy Rankin, National 9 News.
Sport now with Sean the Shark misses the cut.
Yes, Bruce, for the first time in 22 years in Australia, the golf coming up, plus the one-dayer, and the Bulls gore the Blues at the Gabba.
Edge, and it's hung into.
On A Current Affair, why your new clothes are never the size you expect.
Our business is to make women happy.
Now the rag trade will be forced to mend its ways. Plus surfside stupidity as swimmers risk their lives. That's next with Mike Munro.
Good evening. Australia are chasing 211 to win the day-nighter against England at the SCG. England could make only 210 off their 50 overs. Adam Dale took the bowling honours with 2 for 28. Moments ago, Australia were none for 28 in the 6th over. Plenty of colour and imagination at the SCG despite the match being a dead rubber. Australia rested speedster Glenn McGrath, but the medium pace of Dale proved just as lethal.
Oh, beautiful bowling. Charles Christian, National 9 News.
And could be a good night of cricket ahead, I hope.
I've got my seat booked. Thanks, Sean. The stock market cooled off today. The All Ordinaries losing 28 points. AMP shed 29 cents, News Corp 53. Telstra dipped 5, but BHP and the Commonwealth Bank were both higher. Our dollar hit a 9-month high against the greenback, stronger too against the pound. In Powerball, no winners. The prize jackpot's to $3 million. Division 2 pays more than $45,000. Weekend weather's next, and Fipsy's report on the beach and bay.
Then the secret's out, splashed all over the internet.
Good evening. After a run of very average weather this week, we finished the week with a delightful day. There's a similar day coming up again tomorrow, and then back to some showers for Sunday, though. Temperatures today and a cooler night in Ipswich. They had 17 degrees there. Brisbane's minimum was 19, and the highs up around 29 or 30, pretty close to average for this time of the year. At the moment, barometer 1,006 and rising. Humidity 64%, and it's 25 degrees. Looking at the satellite photos right across the north, there's areas of low pressure through there with a fair bit of rain. Also, a low moving away from Brisbane, and the winds have eased associated with that. Now onto the chart. Here's that low we're talking about. The high is also weakened, so a good day today. Tomorrow, not a lot of change, maybe a brief shower, but still a mostly fine day. Upper level system coming through on Sunday with some showers. Capital City forecast, Perth's fine, Adelaide becoming fine, rain for Hobart and some showers for Sydney and Melbourne. The northern centres, a few showers and possible storms for Cairns, Townsville and Mackay. Mount Isa is fine, and then all the way for central Queensland, showers down the coast, 31 and 32 degrees. Southeast corner fine most of the time. There is the chance of just a brief shower. Warm day, 29 on the coast, 32 for Ipswich. Brisbane's mostly fine, maybe just a brief shower. Light winds, northeast sea breezes, a good day ahead. 19 to 30 and further ahead, showers increasing to rain on Sunday, rain easing for Monday. A few showers on Tuesday, mostly cloudy on Wednesday and Thursday, and mostly sunny next Friday. Now for a look at the weekend's beach and water conditions, here's Fipsy.
Yeah, thanks, John. We've had a warm and sunny day around the beaches with a humongous swell. It looks like a few good waves coming our way for tomorrow. OK, let's have a look at the Gold Coast. The open beaches were dangerous as the massive swell poured in, and even the protected southern points were outrageous. Tomorrow, the swell will drop slightly, but expect life-threatening conditions on the open beaches, and experienced surfers only should tackle the points. Have a look at that. Well, the weather has been terrible for fishing this week, but it didn't stop Des Charles Fish and Freshwater Charters from scoring a few bass on Hinds Dam on Wednesday morning. Up here on the Sunshine Coast, the waves were nowhere near as big, but still dangerous on the open beaches. The points were the go today, and I expect Moffat's, Point Cartwright and Alexandra Headlands to be the pick spots tomorrow, with Noosa the selection for the family. The forecast for coastal waters is variable winds early, becoming east to northeast, 10 to 15 knots in the afternoon, with a 2 to 3 metre southeast swell and isolated showers. And for Moreton Bay, variable winds ahead of a 10 to 15 knot afternoon sea breeze, seas to 1 metre and showers. And BP, really, it is still quite dangerous around the beaches. Everyone must take care.
Yeah, that's good advice. Thanks for that, Fipsy.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks, mate. Some of the world's most beautiful women have a lot to answer for tonight because of their starring role in the world's first fashion show to be broadcast live on the internet. For some reason, more than 1 million subscribers wanted to see the latest lingerie from Victoria's Secret, and, well, that led to a massive overload. As for the show itself, it was a pure flight of fantasy. There wasn't a chenille dressing gown or a fluffy slipper to be seen. Hope the poor dears didn't catch cold. That's how it is this Friday.
Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday.
Good night.
Here.
Hi, thanks for joining us. Tonight, the mutiny in One Nation's ranks, plus a shake-up for the fashion industry where so many people complain that different brands mean different sizes. Now there's pressure on clothing manufacturers to measure up. But first, this deadly summer on our beaches. 37 lives lost so far, and all but one of those victims was swimming in a non-patrolled area. And as Rachel Friend discovered, that's not the only risk beachgoers are taking.
Yeah, I hurt myself once before, about 2 years ago. Just doing something stupid off it.